Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Talking along with my good friend Ken Montroy. We are your hosts of the local sports wrap-up here on Channel 15, cable, Wyandotte Cable. Today is the
6th?
5th.
5th.
5th of August. August 5th, 2020. Ken, how was your week? Haven't seen you in a week. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Not getting around too much, but not too bad.
You're still getting around a little bit.
Oh, yeah, as long as you go with me.
Yeah, you need a little help, but that's all right.
The wife takes care of me. I mean, I get around, but just...
the independence is, we know what we're in for. We're going to take it 1 week at a time.
But
overall, we're doing all right. They're still here. We've had your party. We've got a letter from Joe. Joe sent us an email.
Oh, yes.
He thought our last week's show was great.
Oh, fantastic.
More of you people should do that.
Yeah, we had 100 and some views on that last one. Well, 2 ones ago.
The ALS one? That's
right.
Good. That's good. 112 views. We'll take it on YouTube.
Does that make our bonus?
Yeah, the more
All
views we
right.
get, the more money we make.
Fantastic.
Hey, you're Marty Talking.
Hey, hello. Feeling it.
There we go. So I guess the big question for the day is, what's the over-under on how many times I go,
Marty, if I was a betting man, which I'm not,
no.
but if I was a betting man, I'd say 17.
17? Okay, all you kids at home, no wagering, but start counting.
What is it again? All right, now you got a couple more.
There's one.
We'll get him over that 17.
So you're saying the over's the bet?
Oh, I'm saying the over's the best.
Not that we would wager on anything
No.
there, folks. Big news. Downriver Junior Football League that we told you to get your names in and register for has canceled the 2020 season.
That's tough for these kids.
Oh, it's going to be terrible, but I will say, I have it here, the Downriver Junior Football League announced on Thursday, July 23rd, so that was 2 weeks ago. That the 2020 season has been canceled due to COVID. The league features players between the age of 7 to 13 and has 3 different levels of play, freshman, JV, and varsity. According to Downriver Junior Football, the league fielded a combined 48 teams.
48 teams?
Last
Oh,
year.
my, that's a lot of kids.
And it's unfortunate because, that's the kids before they get to middle school.
Correct.
So they want to play, or their parents want them to play.
Correct.
And they have canceled it. How many cities is, I would say 48, 3, that's 16 cities.
I'm not sure how many cities.
16.
But I can tell you it's Allen Park, Bulldogs, Groseal Devils, Huron River, Yellow Jackets, Lincoln Park Junior Rails, Melvindale Cardinals, River Rouge Panthers, Riverview Pirates, Romulus Flyers, Taylor Seahawks. They changed Seahawks.
Nice.
Woodhaven Elite. Why wouldn't they? Wyandotte Indians, Dearborn Heights Raiders, Ypsilanti, Lincoln Rail Splitters. Wow, Washington Wolverines, Mays. And it included cheerleading as well. So I guess they canceled the cheerleading too.
Correct.
Wow, that's a lot.
And I will say that it's unfortunate. A statement on the league's website read, due to COVID-19 pandemic, the Downriver Junior Football League has made the difficult decision to cancel the 2020 season. It was exceedingly difficult and painful. The health and safety of the players, cheerleaders, coaches, and families is always their top priority. This decision did not come easy as it disappoints us all greatly. During these difficult and uncertain times, we all want to do what is best for our participants and their families. We look forward to returning to the field of play in the 2021 season. Wow. So does Key Awards. Key Awards, yeah, they're looking forward to them returning too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did you see they talk about these kids and they have these parties? They call them COVIDiots. I like that. COVIDiots. That cracks me up. But anyway, that's it's definitely a problem. Look at
there
the
was,
whole world is changing.
at the high school level, the MHSAA is still planning to have a season.
Well, the UConn Huskies, is it? I think it is. They canceled football.
Yeah, college level.
That's huge.
Yes.
Financially for that school, that's huge. So, how many more now? It's getting easier to say, can't do it.
Big Ten just released their schedule today.
They did. September 3rd, I believe, is the startup.
They play on Halloween. Halloween's on a Saturday? It must be. Because I was listening this morning and I heard some of it.
Huh.
But now they're not practicing in pads at the high school until the 17th. So they pushed it back 5 more days from when we talked
From
about
when we
it
talked last time on the 12th.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here we go. What else we got? Golf. We had golf. The Michigan Junior State Amateur was at TPC last week.
It's a nice course, huh?
I know a little bit about that course. I'll say it out loud. I am lucky to be a member there. I fell into it.
Oh, they didn't know?
Somebody might not have known, but I'm lucky to be a member there, and I appreciate everything that they do for me there. It's a great track. PJ Maybank III of Sheboygan. He has some impressive golf credentials. Okay, this kid won the drive, chip, and putt at the Masters that they hold before the tournament.
The drive, pitch,
chip, and putt. Hey, what they do is, for you that doesn't golf,
Joe Schmo that don't know.
That's right. What they do is they have a competition in age groups. You chip the ball to a hole, you putt the ball from 2 spots from a hole, and you drive the ball down the fairway that they have, and you get points for each. If you knock it closest, you get the most points. If you're farthest out of the 10 people or whatever. Now, there's eliminators all over the country for the 10 people that get to the Masters.
Before they get
Correct.
there.
Well, this kid won it at 13.
At 13?
Yes, so he plays some golf.
Oh.
And he's won some Golf Association of Michigan junior tournaments. And he's also been on the junior traveling golf circuit and has won a few events there.
Wow. Now, that was a 42nd Junior State Amateur.
42nd?
42nd,
Wow.
Right?
1980?
Yeah.
78.
The young man said the young man said, to be the #1 junior in Michigan, that means a lot to me. The 15-year-old who topped Evan McDermott of Spring Lake 5-4 in the afternoon championship match. Now, that was for the juniors, correct?
18U, yeah, and he was only 15.
15.
So he's got 3 more years of that.
At least 2.
Yeah, at least 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now you had Robert Burns. He was also 15.
He won the under.
That is correct. He was the other big winner of the day. He won the 15 and under with a 6-5 triumph over Vibhav Alokam of Ypsilanti in the final match. It was a grind getting through the week, but it feels good to get into the finals and finish it, the 15-year-old Burns said, who was a semifinalist last year. Wow.
Oh, wow. So he was in the semis is 4 people? No. Yeah,
semis would be 4
people. So he made it to the top 4. Then he won it this year. And he
And-
won 6-5, which to the non-golfer means me and Ken play a hole. If my score is lower than his, I win the hole. You keep playing, and if you win enough holes, if I go 5 up on you and there's only 4 holes left, you can't catch up, so I win 5-4. So he was 6 up with 5 to play,
Couldn't catch
and
him.
the match is over. So they only got through 13, and then the match was over.
And the match was over.
Yeah, and the other kid, the 18-year-old, every single one of his matches went to the 18th hole until the championship match. He won it 5-4.
Wow, that kid's used to pressure.
Well, yeah, he obviously,
Man.
18, he obviously performed. Whether it went to 18 and he was 1 up and he just had the par and the other guy had the birdie or whatever,
Right.
But either way, every single match of his, and I think it's 5 semifinals they played, 6 altogether. So that was something. And the one thing about the winner, Maybank, he's an online student through Sheboygan Schools.
An online student.
Now, you earned your but he had a 1-up win over In his semifinals, he was one up. But what's an online student? That to me, you don't go to class. I mean, most, like the football players and everyone that's homeschooled, they must spend half the school day at school. That's the rules in football. And now, if he's an online student and he doesn't have to do that, then he's beating balls all day long, is why he's got to the level he's got to. Agreed?
Well, wouldn't that be the same as if you're homeschooled? Maybe you study math a little bit more because your kids are having a tougher time in math. I mean, I think they have a bit of a curriculum, but you're right. It would definitely apply to this.
And if it's like I said, when it's football, you have to spend half the day, 4 hours, 4 classes, whatever, half the day at school. Now we should talk to Tom DeSena and figure out the real rules. But why would they be different for golf?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
So if he's an online student and he gets to pick and choose, what an advantage.
What an advantage.
Maybe they got a putting green in their backyard for all we know. Sheboygan, he's probably got an acre of land. He's smacking,
absolutely.
He's smacking 9-irons out there all day long, and every one of them's landing within a hula hoop,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He could definitely have it set up that way.
And, you and me, it's
Love
going
Sheboygan.
this way, it's going this way, it's going this way.
Oh, yeah. We'd have pay somebody out there just to pick up all the balls wherever they go.
Yeah, no kidding.
There'd be a lot of them.
So, you know who Jamie Samuelson was?
I know the name. I know he was a sports broadcaster, but I really didn't watch him at all. I couldn't have picked him out in the crowd.
Yeah, it's funny because he was on like The Fan and the other radio talk shows in the mornings or the afternoons. And I listen to that stuff in my car mostly, not at work, hardly ever. I'd rather hear music in the background than that stuff. But like you said, you didn't listen to the sports talk guys. Big sports guy like you,
Oh, I love sports.
And you're well informed, but you get your info elsewhere.
Correct. I get it from ESPN or another station. Actually, on my TV, I could get Green Bay station, which I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. And to sit and listen to all the Lions gripes, it just wasn't something I liked. So I wasn't sure when all that griping would stop. So why wait? And I just went on to something else.
That's a good way to look at it.
And that's why it just never interests me. But I understand he had...
Now, bringing up death is a touchy subject because I love my buddy here and we all know where he's headed. But that being said, he came on the radio Monday. I turned the radio on in my car and Jamie Samuelson's talking about colon cancer. Okay? Wow. And he had a year and a half he's had it. He got diagnosed. He hasn't been on the radio for a while. And then he says, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to fight this. And then Saturday he's dead.
So when did he come on for the time he had been off for quite a while?
Monday morning.
Come on Monday morning?
He used to be the Jamie and Stoney.
Oh, okay.
And then they would be there every morning. He hadn't been on in a while. And, again, I get in my car. I might listen to some sports. Sure. I might listen to something else. I flick back and forth when commercials come on. But he was only 48, and it hit him when it hit him. But I guess the big thing is now, they used to be, you waited till you were 50 to get a colonoscopy.
Oh,
now they're talking 45.
I agree. It's look at how quick. 2 years, like less than 2 years, this man got sick, and he's gone.
And he went through all the treatments.
And he went through everything he could.
Right, the radiations, the chemo. I'm sure they went through all of it. It's unfortunate, but this is gonna, for some people may not like this, but you had a live wake a couple weeks ago. It was a blast. You're a fun guy, okay?
Oh, thanks.
You are a fun guy.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about going, but yeah, you're right.
Well, you should
Why take all this fun away?
You should be. But now, they have to have a showing or whatever they can. They really can't. It's 10 people, indoors. So they really can't. So everybody's calling up the station with their condolences and all that. But he didn't think he was gonna. He didn't know. He didn't know. And I don't know how to weigh this. I love you dearly. I don't know how to weigh this with what you have. But we're gonna drag your ass in here every week until we can't drag your butt in here anymore.
Well,
and that's
my
how it's
address.
Whether you like it or not, I'll be throwing you in the back of my car if I have to put you in the trunk to get your butt here.
You are a silly man. I'll be here as long as I can.
Yes, I know.
Yes. But yeah, it's unfortunate. He was married, I believe, with kids.
Yes, he had 3 kids.
Three kids.
And his wife used to be on TV and still is. I don't know her name off the top of my head. Christy something. But she was on the
Oh, yeah, Christy McDonald.
Yeah, she was on it. That's how they met.
She was on there too?
He was doing stuff for Fox Sports, and he did the pregame for the Lions, but you never watched the pregame for the Lions. So
I hated being there to see the Lions, let alone to get warm up to the idea.
You know what? It's easy to be a Packers fan, okay?
Oh, I was a Packers fan my whole life.
Oh, it's so easy to be a Packers fan.
I had some lean years, not as many as the Lions.
New England fan.
Oh, no, I never deviated.
It's so easy to be those
never
fans.
Deviated.
You wagon jumpers.
No. I was there right from the first ones.
Yeah. Why is that?
My father.
Yeah.
My father.
That has a lot to do with it.
Right. And so I saw green and gold, and it was really cool on the uniforms. And that was when color was just starting to come in, too.
My dad took us to the Tiger Stadium to see Lions games. Sit in the bleachers.
I missed that.
Yeah, we go to...
No, I missed and I don't miss sitting in there.
I've been to a few of those
Weren't they
Lions
cold?
games at Tiger Stadium. My dad, it was a big deal.
Oh, absolutely.
And us little 8, 9-year-old kids, man, we're like, this is crazy,
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
But they did have, a few of the Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons. They all put a nice tweet out about Jamie. But it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But everyone, you know what? 2 things. Wear your mask. And all you guys, get a colonoscopy. I've had more than one,
Yes.
I'm 60. So it started at about 50, and I got one coming up in about a year. I don't want this to
sound funny, but some people like that idea of being checked a lot more than other people.
That is true.
If he says you're good for 5 years, you're good for 5 years.
That's what they tell me.
But I would have it checked as often as possible, because all it takes is one time when they miss something, and then didn't realize it.
Just takes a little polyp in the corner that they don't see, and it goes. And
that's why we should have universal coverage.
Healthcare. There you go. There's the topic. But that's another show.
Oh, I'm sure. Show.
That's another show.
Another shows.
We get into the political spectrum.
Right.
We'll have a lot of fun with that.
Right.
So, fall sports theoretically are going to start in high school. Theoretically. And officials mull procedures for cross country. Okay, you think football's never going to get pulled off. Okay, they're going to throw them kids out there. We can't even hold gatherings in arenas to watch our sports, and we're going to throw 2,000 kids in a high school.
I know.
Yes, let's do it. That was sarcasm, folks. Cross-country state champions have been crowned in Michigan since the 1920s. It's unlikely any season looked like the one administrators, coaches, and athletes will try to put together this fall.
Well,
it is ugly.
It is extremely ugly. The limits on the number of runners in a race, non-repeating courses, it's a lot for these protocols for these kids. Unbelievable. Even though they do consider cross-country a lower risk sport, it was one of the fall sports that can proceed with practice beginning August 12th, competition 9 days. They are not going to go on with that. I'll bet that stops too, because
it'll be August 21st, 9 days.
9 days. Begin on August 12th and competition 9 days or later, correct, the 21st. I just think that with all that competition, all the extra kicking out of your lungs, kicking your saliva, whatever else comes out of you, but it's going to go in the air. I just think that's a tough way to have it. It's different. We're outside just
They
talking.
are outside.
I'm
They
not
are
yelling and
outside
screaming
they
at
are
you.
running.
Yeah.
The,
Anyway, I just think that's definitely going to be tough.
They say, where are we at here? They say, the MHSAA, they're trying to do their best to get something done. This guy, Mark Urquhart, president of the Cross Country and Track Coaches Association. Now, the Coaches Association has reserved Stony Creek Metro Park for the annual county meet.
Wow.
But that meet, typically held in October, would unfold in atypical fashion if a staggered start is required to accommodate about 30 girls team and 30 boys teams.
Wow, that's a lot.
He says, what are we going to do? That's the question. He says there's multiple ways to hold events, limiting it to 70 runners. They got to limit it to 70 runners a race.
70.
Now, you have 5. The way cross country we learned talking sports last year was that the top 5 places, if you're the lower, let's say if you're in the top 20, 5 of your people, bang, you win the event.
That is correct.
And my guess would be you get 1 for first place,
Right.
4 for second place, or
Right.
4th place, 8 for 8th place. And if you have the lowest point total, you're the best team there. So what do you do if they limit it to 70 runners? And there's 30 teams there. You're going to run your best 2, your next 2, and then your next 1 in like 3 events.
Right.
That's what he says. 1 would be for the top 2 runners to take part in 1 race and the remaining ones to compete in another to get your 5 runners. But I mean, it's
brutal. And in fact, he was saying also that they might not have any spectators at all. And that's just really...
Your
really
parents
wild.
are there, your friends are there to
Right.
cheer you on as you're getting close to the finish line. Go, Ken, go.
Correct. Correct.
Go, Marty, go.
Correct.
So how do you, I've read that, they always corral the finish into 1 lane. So they get these people, and if they're side by side, eventually there's only 1 can fit through the finish line because they're tight. Or maybe it's 5 feet apart where you could run side by side, photo finish.
Wow.
They're talking about eliminating that. And the whole track, the whole course, generally across Michigan is set up to where there's about 6 or 8 feet. So now you got to change the layout of all these courses.
Oh.
I know when they run in
Absolutely.
Dearborn at the park, there's 1 white line that they just paint on the grass. And you follow that white line. Now, of course, 2 wide, 3 wide, of course, you'd be bumping shoulders. So, can you make them run with a mask on? You can't. I don't.
Man.
The MHSAA has some very, very difficult decisions to make.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Because now I guess it would matter if I was in a race, the texture of my mask, because some are going to let you breathe better than others.
Without a doubt.
And so then I go ahead and get a certain kind of mask. It might not be as protective, but it does let me breathe better, right? Why wouldn't you start doing that? I just think, just like you said, it's going to come into these people can't be running like this.
And that's what do they call that? If I got my notes here, it's one of the they call it a non-contact, low risk. It's a low risk sport.
Oh, sorry, that was mine. I'm sorry, that was low
No, but that's
risk.
okay. It's a lower risk sport,
Oh, correct, it is.
And
But if they saw us at the finish line, it'd be horrible. It'd be all out of breath. Everything would be going.
well,
But these young kids, I mean,
we'd be walking by the time we got
Right.
to that. That would be the easy part.
right. We catch the equipment guy, taking everything back.
And then we have UConn just Tigers. Let's talk Tigers for a minute. They're sitting for 4 days with nothing to do.
Correct.
Because St. Louis tested positive.
Correct.
How long is the Major League Baseball season going to go on there, Ken?
Well, what's it supposed to go to October 2nd? Oh my gosh, everything is so different. It's going to take a lot for them to get all the games in. This is only a little bit, and look how the problems that they've had. Well, we get it going on. And then they say they're going to take percentages instead of, I'm not going to play right what is it, 50 games, 40 games, 60?
60 games.
60
season.
games. So I'm not going to play 60 games. I'm going to play a game less and I have a higher percentage than you and I would win first place. See, I just think that's got things to work out.
And the hockey started back up.
Oh, I love that.
And it's all day. The beauty
love
of it is they're not stupid. They've got an East Coast, Montreal or Toronto? Toronto?
Toronto.
And then Edmonton.
Correct.
So they've
Edmonton's
got
Black
games
Hawks.
starting at about 1?
Oh, yeah.
And then going on till 1 in the morning.
Only show in town. Just
Golden.
about.
Yes, but it's hockey, and there's not a lot of wagering in hockey.
Marty, that brings back the old times whenever we'd play in those empty places. Whenever a shot was taken, you could hear it hit the pad. You could hear it hit the boards. You could hear it hit the sticks. You could hear them hit each other.
You hear them swear. They swear every now and then.
I love it. It's back to us watching hockey. I truly love it.
I like it too. I've been flicking over there. NBC Sports has been carrying it all day. I love it. I'm a hockey guy,
Well, I like the sound. You get the taste back.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just a bunch of people yelling and screaming, and it's good because I watch it. Can't hear it. Can't hear those parts of the game. Now you can hear those parts of the games. That is fantastic. I love hockey, especially playoff hockey.
Oh yeah, and they don't. No, I haven't watched any basketball.
Oh, the goalie for Carolina. He's the one, Mrazek. He just moved
one
on.
of ours.
Yep, he stopped New York Rangers out of it.
Hey, as we wrap up, get a hold of us. Local sports wrap up at Gmail. We know Joe will. Joe Mikowski, thanks for getting a hold of us. Everyone else should.
I talked
Amy,
to
Joel, Caroline. We never talk enough about you guys. Odd Jones.
Odd Jones. He's still odd.
He's still odd.
Odd.
So don't forget YouTube us, all the past episodes. I don't know what else to say. I'm Marty Tedeschi, and with my good buddy here, Ken Montroy, we are your host of a local sports wrap-up. We will see you next week. Wear your mask, okay?
Yeah.
I had a beard when I took this picture, and I shaved it off. But, and those things are popular too, where you just wear it around your neck and then lift it up. I have those too that are sublimatable. I could put your whole head's picture on there. But
there you go.
Pay attention to us. Not pay attention. Watch us on local channel 15 and YouTube. We will see you next week. Ken, it's always a pleasure.
Marty,
I never got to see my mom. I'm going to see her next week.
Oh, that's right.
No, tomorrow, Thursday. We're going to see her
okay.
at 6 o'clock.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to see her Monday.
No, they kept delaying it because of weather.
Oh.
And so now I get to see her. And then if I'm
I was
lucky,
supposed to
my wife
ask you
can give
about
her a
that, too.
haircut.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we need to give her a haircut. Anyway, catch us next week. Marty and Ken, we'll see you in a week.